It was a record-shattering season for the 2018 Rowan University field hockey team. The Profs won a program-best 22 games, 14 on home turf, on their way to an NJAC championship and national semifinal appearance. In total, the Brown and Gold racked up 272 points on 105 goals and 62 assists. All three stats are program records. 6 players earned NJAC All-Conference honors, with Rachel Galante being named the Player of the Year. Julie Johnson brought home Defensive Player of the Year, while Michelle Andre was named Coach of the Year in the conference. Galante got off to a good start in the Profs season opener against Ursinus on September 1st. The senior scored twice and assisted on another in the 3-1 win. Bridget Boyle notched a pair of goals in Rowan's 5-1 win over Eastern. A 4-game road trip followed, as Rowan had shutouts in 3 of those games. A 4-0 win at Catholic was answered with a 7-0 beatdown of Cabrini, where Johnson broke the program's single-game record of assists with 4. Johnson had a goal and an assist in a 5-2 win at Haverford before Christina Hovel's 5-point game led Rowan over Stevenson 6-0. Galante blasted in a pair of markers in the Profs' first meeting against Lynchburg, then scored twice more against Oneonta. Bridget Guinan also scored twice against the Red Dragons as the Profs won 6-2. After blanking Alvernia 4-0, Rowan opened its NJAC schedule September 29th by hosting William Patterson. Galante, Boyle, and Guinan had 2 goals apiece as Rowan rolled 8-1. They then took care of Stockton 6-0 before racking up a season-high 9 goals in a win at Kane. Christina Castagnola combined for 4 goals in the pair of games. Rowan returned to Glassboro and took care of Arcadia 5-1 and Ramapo 7-0. Guinan recorded a hat-trick against the Roadrunners. Rowan then faced their rival TCNJ on October 16th, with Johnson notching the winning tally off the penalty corner. It was the Profs' first victory over the Lions since 2012 as they won 3-2. The Brown and Gold locked up the number 1 seed in the NJAC Championship tournament by defeating Montclair State 4-1. They ended the regular season with 2 more wins over Elizabethtown and FDU Florham 5-1 and 3-0 respectively. Keeper Morgan Novak recorded her 4th shutout of the season, but she was just getting started. The Brown and Gold opened the NJAC tournament against Stockton on Halloween, and after being blanked in the first half, the Profs scored 3 straight goals, winning 3-0. It was then a rematch against the Lions in the NJAC Championships. Novak was stellar in net for the Profs, making 7 stops. Gorsica and Galante scored as Rowan won its 7th NJAC crown in program history, defeating TCNJ 2-0. Glassboro is host to the NCAA Championship 2nd and 3rd rounds, as Rowan took on Lynchburg for a second time. The Profs faced a tougher test this time around, but found its way into the net at 54-18 as Galante tipped in a Johnson pass. Novak again stood on her head, making numerous saves in net, helping the Profs win 1-0. Rowan came out firing against Rochester in the 3rd round matchup as Galante and Hovel scored just 23 seconds apart, and Novak made 7 saves, sending the Profs to the NCAA semifinals, winning 4-0. It was Novak's 5th straight shutout and 8th of the season. Rowan played the reigning national champions Middlebury on November 17th and took an early 1-0 lead, thanks in part to a Guinan deflection. However, the Profs would eventually fall 4-2, ending their season. Back Casey Wagner was this year's recipient of the Elite 90 Award for the 2018 NCAA Division III Field Hockey Championship. The Elite 90 is presented to the student-athlete with the highest cumulative grade point average participating at the finals. A chemical engineering major, Wagner carries a 4.0 GPA. Bridget Boyle, Christina Castagnola, Rachel Galante, and Julie Johnson were members of the NJAC All-Conference First Team, while Molly Gorsica and Novak received NJAC Honorable Mention. Boyle, Castagnola, Galante, Johnson, and Novak also earned All-Region honors. Johnson and Galante had record-breaking seasons as Julie racked up 20 assists, tying the single-season program record. She ended her career with 35 total helpers, a program best. Rachel scored 30 goals and 68 points in 2018, which are tops in Rowan field hockey history. Both players were chosen as NFHCA First-Team All-Americans, while Galante brought home the NFHCA Region Player of the Year.